So, I want to talk about my less than humble opinion about everything that's going on right now with our government at the federal level. This is what happens, this government, this set of circumstances, when you are run by a powerless gerontocracy. You have people that are so concerned about issues that have been resolved for over a decade or longer, still trying to use the same old plays to hold on to the same old power while they neglect what's going on with our communities right now. We have threats from foreign actors that are exceedingly dangerous, becoming exceedingly more sophisticated with cyber attacks from other countries, and we live in it. We need to be living in the 21st century, which our leadership on both sides of the aisle has demonstrated they're not ready to do, they're not willing to do, because it might threaten their positions. So in the midterm elections next year and the subsequent presidential election in 28, we need to be looking at people on both sides of the aisle. So I don't care if you vote Republican, vote Democrat. That's fine. That's your choice. That's your right. That's your privilege. We need to be looking at people who are going to help us live and deal with the issues of the 21st century. Stop getting on, these ideologies from, 40, 50, 60, 70 years ago, and get with the here and now. So please, again, I don't care which side of the aisle you reside on. That is your choice. That is your right. That is your privilege as an American, is you can vote the way you feel appropriate. But please, 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 let's start looking at candidates in the future, whether they are incumbents or newcomers, doesn't matter. But let's start looking at people who are, instead of being anchored on the past and trying to tie us to puff of ideas they're dealing with, let's get people who are willing to work with getting our infrastructure, our education, our security, getting our nation into the 21st century successfully. We need to look at energy. We need to look at education. We need to look at supporting communities. We need to look at not wasting time and dollars on frivolous lawsuits, the government equivalent of a slap suit. We need to get over that. We have real problems, real issues that need attention, that need our focus as citizens. And we need our leaders to step up and actually represent us. They need to represent taking care of their constituents, the people who put them there. That's what they need to be focused on. They need to get into the 21st century, and if they can't do it, they need to step off. They need to make room for someone who can. Thanks, and we'll see you next time.